Reading Srimad Bhagavatam 428:19. Namaya nasite punte nasnate snati matpara Mayuruste shushantrasta Bharsite yata vagbhayan. No, never. Mai, when I, Anasite, had not eaten, Bunte, she would eat. No, never. Asnate, had not taken bath. Snati, she would take her bath. Matpara, always devoted to me. Mai, when I, Tuste, was angry. Shushantrasta, very much frightened. Bharsite, when I chastised. Yatavak, fully control of words. Bhayat, out of fear. Translation: King Puranjan then began to think of his past dealing with his wife. He recalled that his wife would not take a dinner until he had finished his, that she would not take a bath until he had finished his, and that she was always very much attached to him. So much so that if he could sometime become angry and chastise her, she would simply remain silent and tolerate his misbehavior. Please respond. King Puranjan then began to think of his past dealing with his wife. He recalled that his wife could not take a dinner until he had finished his, that she would not take her bath until he had finished his, and that she was always very much attached to him, so much so that if he would sometime become angry and chastise her, she would simply remain silent and tolerate his misbehavior. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. A wife is always supposed to be submissive to her husband. Submission, mild behavior and subservience are qualities in a wife which make her husband very thoughtful of her. For family life, it is very good for a husband to be attached to his wife, but it is not very good for spiritual advancement. Thus, Krishna consciousness must be established in every home. If a husband and wife are very much attached to one another in Krishna consciousness, they will both benefit because Krishna is in the center of their existence. Otherwise, if the husband is too much attached to his wife, he becomes a woman in his next life. And the woman being overly attached to the husband becomes a man in the next life. Of course, it is an advantage for a woman to become a man, but it's not at all advantageous for the man to become a woman. See? Jai Shri Radha. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Jnana Shalakaya Chakshudam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satpitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadagammalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Shadvitam Shavadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Vishyam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavanu Shuta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Of course, this subject we have covered many times, and I think by heart now you know, if we let our mind drift out, we're going to be in big trouble. Yes, and it all starts with attachment. See, attachment for the opposite sex is a very detrimental factor, and that's what actually is involving in this whole cycle of birth and death. I just was reading this news that you know Princess Diana, most of you know? You know, right? For those. She was killed in an accident in 1997, right? Now there's one boy who took birth in Australia, and he says his last life he was Princess Diana, some 22 years later now. So he's saying, I remember I had a brother, so all these things they don't know. And then he says, there's a horse in the palace that I stayed. So he was giving all these descriptions about her life in the last life. And every time you look at the picture, he said, that's me. So you see how this thing is going on. Now we are sitting here. Next life you're going to go where? What happened? So this has been going on and on and on and on, this cycle of birth and death perpetually for a long time. So the whole idea is to stop this cycle of birth and death. The only way we can stop this, if we can get attracted to Krishna. There's no other way. Unless we keep our mind focused on Krishna consciousness, then it's going to become bad news. Again and again we will take birth. Especially this family cycle. In this verse you see how Krishna was speaking to Rukmani. Although I have the power to award spiritual liberation, lusty person worship me with penance and vow in order to get my blessing for their mundane family life. Such persons are bewildered by my illusory energy. So this is how the family unit is very, very overpowering. A person gets attached and the whole center is his family. And Krishna is saying it. This is speaking. Krishna is speaking. See? And he says again here, O supreme reservoir of love, unfortunate are they who even after obtaining me, the Lord of both liberation and material riches, anchor only for material treasures. These worldly gains can be found even in hell. Since such persons are obsessed with sense gratification, hell is a fitting place for them. This is spoken by Krishna. So this is the pitfall of family life. They get mesmerized and they want to get material opulence. And they worship the Lord, even they may go to the Lord also. But because their whole idea is sense gratification, Krishna says, you see, the Lord of liberation and material riches anchor only for material treasure. This worldly gain can be found even in hell. Since such persons observe with sense gratification, hell is a fitting place for them. See how the consciousness can become very polluted. Krishna is saying, even in hell you can find this thing. So the best place for them is to go to hell. See? Not only he says, you see, even this verse is very... Fortunately, O mistress of the house, you have always rendered me faithful devotional service which liberates one from material existence. Okay? There's another point. Because you have offered me devotional service, which liberates one from material existence. Right? The same point has been spoken by Kunti Devi also. Give us problem, because by problem we will remember you. When we remember you, we don't have to see repeated birth and death again. She said, yes? 1-8 something. So therefore, if a person who does not engage his mind in thinking of Krishna or remembering Krishna, then this service is very difficult for the envious to perform, especially for women whose intentions are wicked, who lives only to gratify her bodily demands, who indulge in duplicity. So you see how it is so dangerous. So this home sweet home business is very dangerous for both of them. Correct? Because material life, it is, material family life, as we have spoken many times, I think it's the wrong verse. This is spoken by devotees in the Prahlad Maharaj. Therefore, demons, give up the so-called happiness of family life and simply take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimhadev, which are the actual shelter of fearlessness. Entanglement in family life is the root cause of material attachment, indefectible desires, moroseness, anger, despair, fear, and desire for false prestige, all of which result in repetition of birth and death. It is spoken by Prahlad Maharaj. So see, family life is good, but if it is not based on Krishna consciousness, then it is. Krishna says hell is better. You can get that even in hell. Yes? I don't know. Then it's the whole family unit is a juggling act. Because when children are young, all right. When they grow up, they all do their own thing. Yeah? Yes or no? Another problem. You worry, anxiety after anxiety. So you see how the whole thing is very perplexed. And the wife may agree, or the husband may not agree. Something is not like it's a perfect puzzle fitting. No. So always, yes. As a family unit. Not only that, you see, the root cause of material attachment, indefectible desires. What does indefectible means? Cannot inflate, deflate.
Persisting tirelessly. Persisting tirelessly. Means unstoppable desires.
Cannot stop. Waves after waves after waves will come. It's a fact. This problem is not that problem. You got to do this. Never end. Yeah? Is it ending? No ending. That's how it is. And then moroseness. Cannot get done. You're morose. Then anger. Then despair. What does despair mean? Huh? Hopeless. You become hopeless. First you become uncontrollable desires, then you become morose, cannot finish that, you get angry, and then you become hopeless. Right? And then when you are hopeless, you are fearing. And the desire for false prestige. This is another big thing about family life, always status quo, correct? Isn't it? See? All of which results in repetition of birth and death. Everything. They very nicely has put one thing after the other. So therefore, the only solution is that we somehow or other must get hold of the lotus feet of Krishna. Right? Of course, if the wife is favorable, that is best, both together. If the wife is not favorable, also good, because you should think how to get out. Of course, you should be favorable. That cannot change that. If you try not to be favorable, that's finished. Understand? So some way or other, we have to learn how to become detached and attached to Krishna. See? There is the sum and substance of the whole material game. Somehow or other we must become Krishna conscious. Otherwise it's dangerous news. Like you see, this Puranjani will become a woman. Because you can see his mind is going in that direction, thinking of his wife, she was so nice, meditating on her transcendental qualities. You understand? Because you stay a long time, then attachment is also very. Many times you can see a person who stayed very long with his wife, 90 years old, like this. When the wife dies, he also dies. Or if he dies, the wife also dies. They're so attached. And they are always thinking of each other. It is very dangerous. Although in mundane sense it is like, wow, a couple made for life, something like that.
Made for themselves.
But spiritually speaking, it is very detrimental. Because the consciousness, you understand? So we should learn from this example that how not to get into this. Yes, many of you, actually practically, a lot of people will be householders. This is the fact. So how to be in this ashram and at the same time to become Krishna conscious is the name of the game. That's why the man, he has to take very seriously attending the program, associating with devotees, because this thing cannot be done at home. So sometimes the devotee, oh no, I also doing big puja at home. Yeah, it's good you're doing, but it's difficult to do because you see why here. And this verse, you see this verse. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. And this process is most purifying. You cannot find this at home. Can you? Possible? Difficult. That's why association with devotees is the number one business in making advancement. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction. So this serving devotees, understand? This is very important. And by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. So there's need encouragement. That, understand this is mutual. Correct? What is that verse? Nectar of instruction I quoted yesterday also. That what? What? First, number 4. Revealing the mind, accepting prasadam, giving prasadam, right? Exchanging gifts, inquiring confidentially, revealing the mind, correct? These are all very important aspects. And it's difficult to do all this if you are, I don't know, maybe you can do with your wife. It's tough. Understand? So this association is very, very crucial. You cannot try to do this, separate, it's very difficult. You understand? That's why Prabhupada wanted everybody to come near to the temple. And Prabhupada cannot be wrong. Yes? You have come here after so many years. How you find? Very bad, made a big mistake. I should have slept at home. Very purifying. This says here, very purifying. That there is no substitute. There is no substitute to this. Oh great learned devotees, although there are many faults in the material world, there is one good opportunity, the association with devotees. Such association brings about great happiness. Due to this good quality, our strong desire to achieve liberation by merging into the Brahman effulgence has become weakened. Yeah. This is the biggest thing we got. What is that? association. Jai Sri Radha. Yeah? That's why the demons, their whole program is to weaken the devotees from associating. Their agenda is to make sure that there is no congregation, to make sure that you don't, associate. Because they know, Kamsa, after the killing, he went to the meeting, they say, no, stop everything, burn, kill the Brahmin, kill the cow, correct? Stop this. Sadhu Sangha, stop it. Correct? Hiranyakashipu also the same. Everyone. Because they know when the devotees get together, they get what? Strength. Together we stand, united we stand, divided we fall. Easy to break, Maya break, easy. So, but we are together, coming together, doing our program together, we strengthen. That is the essence. So, even at the time of death, if you are with all devotees, then is a good chance that you will not be thinking of your wife, correct? Now you are sitting here thinking of your wife. You won't be thinking. Right? But you are at home. You will be thinking, correct? Is it a difference? That's why he says when you are going to die, please die alone when nobody is around. Why? Because then you will not be thinking of all this attached. Science. The whole science is to how to detach from all this attachment we have. Yeah. Especially at the time of death, what you have been doing and been attached most, you will flash it, it will flash to you at that time. And the thing that like here is flashing onto the mind of Puranjan, and the thing that got him is what? Oh, my dear wife, she's so nice. She will not eat until I eat. She will not bathe until I bathe. If I chastise her, she'll be quiet. She's such a nice person. See how is mind. Correct? It is so risky. So somehow or other we must bring our mind to Krishna. That's why deity worship for householders is number one importance. But of course, Prabhupada wanted all to come to the temple, because privately here, today you may do, tomorrow headache, fighting, how you do, I do, so many problems. Yeah? Oh, you may have an elaborate thing there, but then when you come to doing, one day, 2 days, every day, fighting will start. Why you put all these deities on? Well, too much headache. Yes or no? No. Is it? Correct. That's why the temple. The idea is that you come, then your mind is purified. Correct? Then you see, you are seeing the deity. Prabhupada said, you have to see. When we see deities dressed nicely, our mind get attracted. Yes or no? So this is the substitute. Otherwise we will be attracted to our family members, our wife. If not the wife, it can be even daughter. So many things. So therefore it is very important. How to become Krishna conscious is the sum and substance of the whole thing. We cannot compromise with this. There is no compromisation trying to adjust Krishna with Maya. That's not possible. That's why he says, they say, no, if you look at Maya, immediately Maya is attracted. When you embrace Maya, then you lose all the good qualities. And you absorb all the bad qualities of Maya. It goes like that. Yeah. So householders, they have to be warned about the consequence of this. Because a Krishna conscious householder is nice, we are not saying no. To maintain Krishna consciousness in the house is of very crucial importance. Very, very important. Especially when they are children, they are this and that, then the attachment grows more and more. Yes? Then thinking of how to settle them, get them married. Wow, so many. And then the grandchildren come, even they are, this is even worse. I know, I am seeing. So, therefore the saving grace is to somehow or other get attracted to Krishna. This is the saving grace. That's why coming for the morning program is very important. This Mangalarati with the devotees is so important. I have already explained that many times. Very important. If you try to compromise with that, then spiritually you will become weak. And you spiritually become weak, then that's finished. It's finished. One person commented, why you don't like the devotees in the Hare Krishna? Oh, these people in this ISKM are very bad. What's wrong with them? No, you don't know. What's why? No, they force you to wake up in the morning, Mangalarati. No, but that's the teaching one. No, you don't know, You see? You understand? Yeah, how the mind? Huh? Waking up Mangalarati is a crime for those people who are not Krishna conscious. But if you are Krishna conscious, that is the saving grace. At one time Prabhupada was talking to one person, he says, the school curriculum, we have to teach them how to do the morning program and all the classes.
To have exams.
Huh?
So you have to have exams.
To have exams. And say, but if the person is waking up, then he no need exam, nothing. If he is waking up in the morning and then all right, he is passed already, no need school also. That is the thing. If you can just carry on your morning program, the Prabhupada say you pass, finish, no need to go nothing anymore. They are how important, because that brings you to the highest level. You follow? But if you don't do that, then all the bad qualities will develop. I have explained at length. Quarreling, fighting, bickering, one thing after the other. And the whole thing becomes chaotic. Staying in that kind of is just struggling and hassle. And no peace, anxiety. And you cannot practice Krishna consciousness in anxiety. Forget it. It's not possible. You cannot think that, you have somebody nagging at you and somebody, you know what I mean? Disturbance. Krishna consciousness can practice only with a peaceful mind. Right? So therefore it's very essential that the whole thing is based on how to become spiritually situated. And that starts with the morning. That morning is so important. If you sleep through that, it's very difficult then. Very, very difficult. It will not work. Cannot work. I mean, I was reading, even Krishna, he wakes up Brahma Murtam. When he was, the verse is there, Brahma Murtam. He wakes up. The moment the cockerel crow, he is up already. God himself. See how? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will be in ecstasy all night. Then when he hear the conch shell blowing in Jagannath temple, he quickly will throw some water, change the cloth, run to the temple. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See how? They are all examples. So therefore we must learn how to become fixed up in this. Then every good quality will come. Especially what? Religiosity and detachment. And detachment. That detachment will awaken in this is the verse, no? Correct? It's all here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to spirit soul. By development of material goodness, one can conquer the modes of passion and ignorance, and by cultivation of transcendental goodness, one can free oneself even from material goodness. This is the verse. When the living entity becomes strongly situated in the mode of goodness, then religious principles characterized by devotional service to me become prominent. One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivation of those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles arise. You cannot, if you don't do this, forget it, it will never work. This is spoken by Krishna himself. So if we want to practice the detachment and renunciation, it does not mean that wait until someone dies or something. No. It has to start. Yeah, now you have to start. And that starts by waking up in the morning. That starts. You understand? Very important. See, then Krishna says, religious principles strengthened by the mode of goodness destroy the influence of passion and ignorance. When passion and ignorance are overcome, their original cause, irreligion, is quickly vanquished. This is the system. You cannot practice the mode of goodness at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's impossible. The moment the sun comes up, is already mode of passion already. Mode of passion. So we have to do it before the sun comes up. Mangalarti at 9 o'clock, can? Mangalarti at 9 o'clock. Is it possible? So please try to understand this so that we can become purified. Our consciousness have to become purified. It all works on trying to make our consciousness Krishna conscious. That's the name of the game. How much we are becoming Krishna consciousness is the success of our spiritual life. How much we are getting very much absorbed in family consciousness is the success of our material life. That goes both ways. Yeah. We want to become a successful materialist, then he says, don't go and see this person who is standing by the bank of the Yamuna with 300, 400, don't go and look at him. That's not Krishna. I quoted the verse. No? If someone is really interested in coming to Krishna and asking material benefits, he is a fool, Krishna says. Even if I give him, I also become foolish. Someone who comes for some, is it 38? I'm not sure. O bands of the intelligent demigod, although it is true that nothing is difficult for one to obtain when I am pleased with him, a pure devotee whose mind is exclusively fixed upon me does not ask me for anything but the opportunity to engage in devotional service. Those who think material assets to be everything or to be the ultimate goal of life are called misers kripana. They do not know that the ultimate necessity of the soul. Moreover, if one avoids that which is desired by such fools, he must also be considered foolish. Okay? A pure devotee who is fully accomplished in the science of devotional service will never instruct a foolish person to engage in fruitive activities for material enjoyment, not to speak of helping him in such activities. Such a devotee is like an experienced physician who never encourages the patient to eat food injurious to his health, even if the patient desires it. So this is the thing that the Lord is saying. So we should try to, become more and more Krishna conscious. So we should try to increase our participation, our service, more and more. This is the saving thing. If we don't do this, then we will drift away. When we drift away, then coming back is also difficult. Yes? When you get attached to your material setup, you finish. It said the saving grace is the devotees. The devotees are what? They're strong boat, correct? They're coming with a strong boat to save someone who is constantly rising and falling in this ocean of birth and death. Without devotee association is not possible. It is not possible at all. So think carefully and try to engage somehow or other very strongly in the service of Krishna consciousness. So any questions or any comments to point to add?
Say, Prabhu, why do atheists, including former ISKCON devotees, try to find fault with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and the Vedic philosophy? They write very horrible things.
I didn't understand.
He's asking, one person called Ranjan Vellakat is asking, Prabhu, why do atheists, including former ISKCON devotees, try to find fault with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and the Vedic philosophy? They write very horrible things.
Should ask them. It makes sense, right? Why you ask me? Why they are writing horrible things? You should ask them. This is because you are envious. When you are envious, then you will find faults. Especially just now we read, your desires cannot be fulfilled, correct? You become morose, then you become angry, correct? Then you find faults. Oh, it's because I joined the Hare Krishna, If I did not join the Hare Krishna, I would have been a very successful person. Yes? They blame it on. This is how it works. The materialists, they will not blame themselves. They always blame, correct? And he wants to credit, they say, it's my work, I did it. When it comes to problem, then they will say what? Because of him only. He made the mistake, not me. It is because this is how this karmis are. So when a devotee falls down, then he acts like a karmi. Yes? Especially those children who studied in the Gurukul. And because they didn't get a proper good education, they went out and they were not able to get good jobs. So they blame it on Hare Krishna. Because of this Hare Krishna movement, I went, I didn't get a proper, so see, my life is full of misery. So who to be blamed? Prabhupada, Krishna, everybody. Except they are not. This is consciousness. But if he is a devotee, then if he is put into hardship, he will think, no, I should get more. Because my karma I am suffering. I should have, surrendered more. But the devotees thinking is different. So devotee and non-devotee, two different things. You understand? So this person is anyway, why is he reading all this stuff? There's so many things to read, no? Correct? There are so many other things to read. Why have to read this stuff? So the Facebook has been created, not only the Facebook, only for gossip. People like to hear this gossip. They made money out of it. What he's saying, what he's saying, what he's saying about him, what he's saying, no, that's all. Right? And who is the saint? Tell me who is the saint? Even with Krishna they will find fault. Correct? Yes? They'll say, I am suffering, why God has to create all this suffering? Huh? And blame it on? Especially when there is some catastrophe, see why God, see innocent children and all are dying. God to be. Always like this. You will not blame because of your nonsense. So we should try not to get onto that. We should understand our suffering is because of our mischief. Better we correct ourselves. And the only way is to surrender. Chant Hare Krishna, take association, and yes, Krishna says, I will take you back. No problem. But if you don't want to, then yes. Any other questions? Comments?
You were saying about enviousness. You were saying about enviousness earlier. You know that who is Ramakrishna Karmartha, how come that you cannot engage any envy in the service? You can engage all the others in the service of the Lord.
That's why enviousness is actually a very bad quality. Devotees should not become envious. Nimatsara satam. So if we are having that envy, then how to cure that? So we should always meditate on the devotee and pay obeisances. Whoever we are envious of, we should try to pay obeisances and pray for forgiveness. That's the only other way. No other way. Serve the devotee who are envious. Because we are human, to envy and to hate is a natural thing in our heart, because we are not so pure. So we have to learn how to counter that. That's why there's now we are read to serve devotees. Very important point, you see. By serving devotees, we develop this natural love for each other. Yeah. But we don't serve, then we will, that service is so important. Then all these dirty things in the heart will go away. Otherwise, we don't bow down, we don't do all this, we don't humble. Then, oh, I am a senior devotee, how can I bow down to the junior man? I cannot. Then what will happen? Yes? So this is the problem. So we must learn how to give up this disease of the heart, this enviousness, lust, all this. We have to learn how to appreciate the good qualities of a devotee. That she must come. Oh, he has done very well. Oh, he's doing very well. I'm sure Krishna is favoring him. Learn, You understand? But if you stay in the householder ashram, that's why the term is used, envious householder. Why the word envious is added to a householder? Not envious brahmachari, envious sannyasi, envious. You see the word envious is added only to who? Who? What? Household. Correct? Is that what envy is added to brahmacharya? Oh, very partial, How can you speak like this? Actually, we householders are more.
But even brahmachari and sannyasis, they are found to be envious also.
Correct. We are not as much as a householder. And then, householder ashram, so many room for enviousness. Everything. Always competing. Huh? Competition is so great there. Correct? This ashram is breeds that. Yes? So therefore we have to learn how to come out of that. That means serving. See, only by service. Understand that the Lord is in the heart and serving, Because brahmachari, sannyas, they are also there. But they have to come out of it by, as Prabhupada said, his god brothers were envious of him. That's also there. So one is successful. If he is not very pure, he will be envying. So we must.
How can envy exist in the material world if it is not there in the spiritual world? So it's a reflection.
Spiritual world, the envy is different. They are envying that someone is doing better service. So they also want to compete. But because Krishna is center, there is different. But envying for myself being in the center, that is bad. Envying for getting Krishna is another thing. But anyway, the best is not to be envious, is try to come out of that.
So my question was, that one saying that you can engage your last, your greed, everything, but why you cannot engage the envy?
Materially it's pretty tough when you don't have Krishna in the center. Shishupal was envious of Krishna, but because he was meditating on the form of the Lord, he became purified.
So envy can be utilized.
Yeah, if you are keeping meditating like Shishupal and then wait for Krishna to chop your head off. For sure you can get it. But if you're going to die in the ditch somewhere, then it's going to be bad. Understand? So these are transcendental cases, Don't try to become a Shishupal.
You cannot use it on devotees and be envious of that.
Huh?
You cannot use that same idea and be envious of devotee and be purified.
That devotee envious is bad,
What if somebody is envious of devotees and always thinks of the devotees as purified?
Yeah, I never read that. If you become envious of devotee, you get very bad qualities. Offensive. When you offend the devotee, you lose all your good qualities. It's a verse, right? Here. This is what I read, My dear king, when a man persecutes great souls, all his benedictions of longevity, beauty, fame, religion, blessing, promotion to affluence will be destroyed. So if you are envious, you are always negative, then all good qualities are gone. Just like Amoga Vilila. What's his name? Amoga. Right? All the bad qualities. So to be an envy of a devotee, that's dangerous. Just like what Saubhari Muni, envious of Garuda, fell down. So envious is not a very good for devotees to cultivate. We should try to overcome that, speak good, think good, serve, This is all something we should develop. Unless we are spiritually, very strong, very hard for the mind to fault finding is, it's part of this envious nonsense. As Prabhupada gave the example, one man he went and said, hey, he's sitting in this man has become a High Court judge now. High Court judge? Yeah. No, he's sitting in the bench. Ah, come on. Yeah, he's sitting. No, he must not be getting a salary now. I mean, how you can sit there and not get a salary? There's some fault they'll find. So, envious. Anyway, we have many of that cases in our own life also. So many people are envious of our ISKM. Even I go to the toilet is a bad news. If I put a garland is a bad news. If I'm sitting in the Vyasa is the worst news. If I get my feet washed, terrible. So, part and parcel of curse, we are not bothered. But I should not become envious of others. That is bad quality. If you see everybody is, more better than ourselves, then no problem. If you learn how to see like that, everybody better than me, then okay. Yeah? So all these qualities will come if we develop a very strong spiritual program. If we don't have a strong spiritual program, then these bad qualities will creep in. Then our mind will become disturbed. Part and parcel of material world. Ichche divishe samutena sammoham bharata. Desire, ichcha and envious or hetra comes. So please, main thing is to control the mind. Alright, I think it's getting late. Anything else? Finished, huh? Thank you very much, Prantaraj.